Hey everybody, welcome back to the Working Man's Whiskey. I'm Bobby. Been a while, guys. I haven't seen you guys in 2-3 weeks, so there's no right time to do a review these days. I mean, it's been kind of busy. Been working long days. Also went on a trip recently. Went to Reno and Virginia City, Nevada, and had a great time, guys. Great time every time we go, every year, and went to this place called the Terrace Lounge at the Peppermill Hotel and Casino in Reno. And I think I've told you guys about this before. Last year I met a lady named Julia that worked there, and very, very nice. She knows her whiskey, and she was very generous. Let me try out different whiskeys that she'd kind of collected and taken a lot of pride in. So that was last year. Went back this year, and she recognized me right away from when we talked before. Very, very nice lady. Tried out she let me try out the Four Roses 50th anniversary Al Young edition, which the bottle is a lot more than I've ever paid for a bottle of whiskey, and she let me try that one out. Very, very good stuff. Also, what was the other one she let me try out? What's it, Old Forester Statesman, I want to say. Very, very good stuff. Really good stuff. And as I said, another good trip. Went over to Virginia City after that, and had a great time there. Old West Town. Good Bloody Marys there. Also some good whiskey there. So we had a blast. Hope you guys are doing well. And guys, as I said, there's no right time to do a review these days, just because things have been so crazy. But there's also no wrong time to do a review. I kind of felt like doing one tonight, Thursday night. Long day ahead tomorrow, but it's like, you know what? Let's just go with it. Felt like doing a review, and this is the one we're going to do tonight. Fighting Cock Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. And this one here, see there's a little fighting rooster on the bottle there. This one was actually recommended a while back by one of the viewers on here, and I really do apologize. I went back and tried to look, and I couldn't find who it was that recommended this one. But looked everywhere, guys. Couldn't find it. So if it was you who requested this one, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Always good to get some suggestions from the viewers, and I like talking whiskey with you guys. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff I haven't had, and always looking for a good bargain. This is no exception. This bottle here was $17.99, and been reading up on it a lot. As far as a cool backstory, history, couldn't really find a whole lot, guys. I think it's a fairly new whiskey anyway. I don't think it's been around that long. But this one has a very solid fan base. A lot of people, especially in the South, have been drinking this for years, and that's good enough for me. People in the South, you guys know your whiskey, know your bourbon, and I'm more than happy to kind of take your word when you ask me to try something out. So anyway, this one is it's funny, it's one of those high proof Kentucky straight bourbons, and it seems to kind of rival Wild Turkey a little bit. Not as well known as Wild Turkey, of course, at least over here in California, but it seems like I don't know if it's because it's got a bird on the bottle, or because of that high proof, or what, but it seems like there's a lot of people from both fan bases kind of going back and forth a little bit. and had to try it out. I'm a big fan of Wild Turkey. That was another one that I had on my trip. Julia let me try the. You guys are gonna think it's funny because I hadn't had it before. Out of all the times I've had Wild Turkey, but she let me try the Wild Turkey rare breed, and I was a big fan of that. I was impressed. And that stuff doesn't cost too much. I think it's in the $40 range, maybe a little bit more than that. But a very solid bourbon. Another very good product from Wild Turkey. And just to let you guys know, one of my next reviews, probably my next review, is going to be a product from the Wild Turkey family. Something from Jimmy and Eddie Russell. So anyway, we'll be getting to that next. This one's tonight's. So it's from Heaven Hill. Heaven Hill puts out some very good stuff. I believe they do Elijah Craig, several of the whiskeys I've reviewed here. All really solid stuff. I mean, some people, I've heard some negative comments in the past about Heaven Hill. Some very good comments about Heaven Hill. It's kind of like it almost seems like the people that support, Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, and then there's the people that support Heaven Hill products, and kind of jawing back and forth about what's better. And you know what? They all make very good products, in my opinion, and they're different. So I mean that's what makes the whiskey world go round, guys. So let's open this up. And this one, guys, just to let you know, I think I mentioned it's a 103 proof, 51.5% ABV, and it says distilled, aged, and bottled by Fighting Cock Distilling Company, Bardstown, Kentucky. One thing I will tell you is right down here, right below the rooster there, the kicking chicken is some like to call them. They used to have a 6-year age statement, and just like most things these days, it's gone. The age statement's gone. So it's too bad, but if it's a good product, we'll let it slide. But it is 103 proof, and I have tried this one, and gonna do something I don't usually do here, guys. I'm gonna try it out here as is, just neat, and then we're gonna add a couple drops of water to it, maybe one big drop. So anyway, take a look at this, and it's it's still a pretty dark color. I don't know if this one's had anything added to it color wise, but it's a good medium amber, I'd say. Darker than a lot of bourbons out there. It's got it looks very very oaky. Got a lot of char to the color there, so give it a nose. And on the nose, guys, it's funny. People have compared this, or not compared it, but kind of people from Wild Turkey, or fans of Wild Turkey, have kind of jawed at this one and vice versa, and it's funny, on the nose, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Wild Turkey. Maybe it's just that high proof. It's definitely got that caramel type note to it, and vanilla and oak. A lot of the things you get in Wild Turkey, the rye. This one is definitely it's definitely got a high rye content, higher than usual. And all those things remind me a lot of Wild Turkey. So let's take a sip, see what we got here. And on the palate, it's definitely got a lot of good spice to it, a lot of good rye, vanilla, back to back to the what we got on the nose. You know, the vanilla, the rye, definitely oak in there. That caramel type toffee note there. One thing about this, it's got that spice to it, but it's, I mean, at 103 proof, it's kind of a hot whiskey, guys. You know, it's definitely got some heat to it, in a good way. I mean, I enjoy this one a lot, and but it's got some heat. So I actually haven't tried this with water yet, so that's why I have this little glass over here. I'm just pouring a little, just a little tiny bit, just to see if we can cool it down a little bit. See if we can get anything else, you know, anything else on the palate there. Open it up a little bit. It's something I don't usually do, but every once in a while I'll have a whiskey and I'm like, you know, good solid product, but let's see, you know, let's see how it tastes with a little splash of water there. I'm not a big fan of ice either. My own opinion. If you like ice or water, you know, try this one straight. Or, you know, try any whiskey neat, and then if you need to or want to, experiment with a little water and maybe a little bit of ice. Not too much. Don't kill the original product there. So let's take a taste now. Guys, this one definitely, in my opinion, benefits from a little bit of water, a little splash of water there. You know, you still get the that spice in there, all those good notes we talked about. You know, the oak and but you with some water, you get a little bit of nuttiness in this. Definitely a little bit of oh man, like pecan pie. That's what I'm really getting. Kind of that, you know, that pecan note with a little bit of, you know, that sugar, you know, that almost kind of like a molasses thing going on there. And it's a really, really good flavor. Very good flavor. But it just reminds me of pecan pie a little bit. So anyway, very good whiskey. I do recommend this definitely. It's $17.99. I mean, very good price on this one. As for a rating, I'd give this one. It's a very good product. You know, there are some things about it. You know, I just feel like maybe it's a little. I don't mind high proof whiskeys at all. I love high proof whiskeys, but it was just a little too hot at first, you know, on the tongue. Took a little bit of getting used to, and by my, you know, probably my second glass, I was like, okay, this is pretty good stuff. But definitely benefits from that water there, a little bit of water. But I would give this a solid 83 out of 100. I think that's definitely a fair rating there. Good solid B. And as I said, highly recommend it. And definitely try it out if you can find it. There aren't too many places around here that carry it, but my handy dandy Bottle Barn, little plug out there for them, I guess. Place I found about a month ago or so in the Santa Rosa area here in Sonoma County. Man, they got a great selection. The prices are just unreal. I mean, excuse me, this was $17.99. Same place that I got the Four Roses small batch for $19.99. The single barrel for Four Roses is $29.99 there. It's just my go-to place now. And the next two whiskeys I will be reviewing, I also got from this place. So there you go, guys. Two more reviews coming up. The next one, as I said, is going to be from the Wild Turkey family, from Jimmy and Eddie Russell. Looking forward to doing that because those guys are two of my favorite master distillers. So thanks for watching, guys. I know this review went kind of long, but Just felt like talking a little whiskey with you guys and doing a little bit of a welcome back video. And welcome back to you guys. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to doing the next review. I'm going to try to get it in tomorrow after work. So until then, hope you guys have a good Friday, a good weekend coming up, and until next time, cheers.